Minister Paul Atanganji presents the post-election crisis report in Douala Littoral region. Cameroon faced DR Congo in crucial playoff semi-finals against the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers. These and more in this edition of the news. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us on this edition of the Primetime Newscast on Abakwa Television, streaming from Bamenda, Cameroon. For presentation, I am Gashi Sharon. Let's begin the news with the update on Cameroonian journalist and filmmaker Hans Achomba, who has been released. His family confirmed that he got home late last night, ending more than a week of uncertainty over his whereabouts following his abduction by security forces in Bamenda on November 5th, 2025. Hans's release comes after mounting pressure from both local and international advocacy groups, including the Committee to Protect Journalists, CPJ, which had described his disappearance as a case of enforced detention. His family expressed deep gratitude to all individuals, journalists, human rights defenders, and organizations who campaigned for his release and kept public attention on his case. Hans, however, expressed concerns over his safety as his ID card, passport, and phone still remains confiscated. While his release is widely welcomed, the case reignited concerns over press freedom, arbitrary arrest, and impunity in Cameroon's post-election climates. Still on news within the Northwest region, today marks the culmination of a series of activities associated with the accreditation renewal by the South African National Accreditation System, SANAS, and recognized by the World Health Organization, reaffirming the laboratory's commitments and international best practices in clinical testing. Staffman Sonka William has details.
The renewal of the accreditation of competence and compliance to the ISO 15189 standards for clinical laboratories issued by the South African National Accreditation System, SANAS, approved by the WHO to the Regional Hospital Bamenda Laboratory, was celebrated with a free glucose, blood group, and electrophoresis of hemoglobin, with a 50% reduction on the cost of liquid profile tests at the hospital, which was operational for 3 days. The celebrations activities rounded up with the presentation of training testimonials to laboratory staff who recently completed a specialized biosafety course.
Biosafety is a training on how to be safe with samples of infectious quantities, and in fact it helps us to be safe amongst ourselves as lab staffs, and also to prevent that infectious waste from going out into the environment. So it is a key and very important function in the laboratory.
This certificate is to ensure that I have undergone training on biosafety.
It's on biosafety and biosecurity, which all embodies on our patient safety, our safety as the lab staff, and the safety of the community, how we interact with our patients and all that.
The awardees commended the hospital for its commitment to promoting staff development and providing opportunities to upgrade skills, enhancing the ability to serve the community effectively.
The black box that we use for these awards. Normally, if you attend a training, they give you a training certificate, and we can use it as an award to recognize them, to encourage them for the work they are doing. So the first award that we always give to staff when they come to our laboratory for safety of staff, patients, and the sample that they are working on. So that one you can be between from 6 months to 1 year. After between 1 and 2 years, you are going to receive a training certificate that you know the quality management system as it is in the Bamenda Regional Hospital. Then within 3 to 5 years, that you are working, we monitor you, we can propose another certificate for you, for certificate of recognition. Congratulations. When it means that you know how to do the work. Then from 6 years to about 10 years, we give you another certificate, a bronze award. It means that you start to climb the ladder for the different awards. We start with the bronze, then we go from 10 to 15, we give you a silver award. Then from 15 to 20, we give you from 15 to 20, we give you a gold award. 20 to 25, we give you a platinum award, and above 25, we give you a laboratory lifetime achievement award.
It's such an honor to work in such a hospital in my career.
This was followed by an educational session during which participants were encouraged to ask questions and engage actively with the facilitators.
So it's a whole week of activities which you have seen, free testing for our laboratory staff and the hospital staff.
In an interview, the Chief of Service expressed satisfaction with the team spirit demonstrated by the laboratory staff and the overall success of the day's activity. He further announced that the same test would be conducted for the entire hospital staff on Friday, 14th November.
Yeah, the celebration is not ended yet. We are still receiving participants who came for the free test, and they will still continue to work. Tomorrow we'll be receiving the staff of the regional hospital to also screen them for the lipid profile.
One laboratory staff member also shared his appreciation for the accreditation and the initiative, noting his contentment with the activities from commencement on the 11th November 2025.
Oh, I'm so happy. I believe the administration is telling me that I have been acknowledged and my presence has been felt. So I want them to keep on looking at us with their eyes, and they should continue giving us positive feedback like this.
We are very happy this day has come, and this week is a celebrative week for us. We thank the hospital director, the GS, the econom, the medical advisor, and the laboratory chief of service, and every other participant who has put in a lot of effort to see that this day becomes a success. Thank you.
The accreditation not only ensures that patients receive trustworthy diagnostic services, but also align the laboratory with global best practices, facilitating collaboration with international health organizations and strengthening the laboratory's role as a benchmark for other regional facilities striving to meet international standards.
Medical laboratory, wonderful profession, we strive for excellence.
And let's still continue talking about health, where the Bamenda Regional Hospital is hosting a special event with free consultation and screening for diabetes and hypertension. Plus, get your eyes checked with a 50% discount on fundoscopy. Don't miss out on this opportunity to take charge of your health. It is scheduled to run from November 14th to 26th. Get the care you deserve. And moving forward, a serious accident occurred this Thursday afternoon, 14th of November 2025, at Mount Calvary Junction in Kambe, Donga Mantung Division, where a 20-ton truck reportedly lost control due to brake failure. The heavy-duty vehicle crushed a commercial motorcycle rider to death and leaving 3 others injured. Eyewitnesses say the truck, which was descending the steep slope, failed to stop and veered off the road, hitting the young bike rider before crashing into a tailoring workshop located by the roadside. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. A massive fire broke out yesterday at Itendance Junction in Yaoundé, sending thick plumes of smoke into the sky and triggering panic among residents and traders in the area. Eyewitnesses as flames erupted late in the evening and spread rapidly through a narrow shop and nearby buildings, consuming goods worth millions of francs. Schneider Williams has details in this report.
The fire is reported to have started in the early hours of the evening when some residents in the locality discovered thick smoke emanating from the commercial area. The community joined efforts to help to salvage what had been sparked by an electrical fault. Investigations are expected to be launched to determine the true source of the incidents. This latest disaster came just hours after another large fire outbreak in Douala's Pekaweed neighborhood, which reduced several shops and commercial spaces to ashes early in the evening. The back-to-back incidents have heightened public anxiety over reoccurring fire outbreaks in Cameroon's major cities, including Bamenda, where inadequate fire safety measures and poor infrastructure remain persistent challenges. Authorities have not yet issued an official statement on either incident or provided information about possible casualties. However, security forces have cordoned off the affected areas as cleanup and assessment efforts continue.
Still on another tragedy, still in Yaoundé, a heartbreaking tragedy struck the Sam neighborhood in Yaoundé where a 10-day-old baby lost their life in a devastating house fire suspected to have been caused by an electric fault. Eyewitnesses report that the blaze spread quickly, completely consuming the family's wooden home before fighters could reach the scene. The baby's mother, who had stepped out for a short while, returned to find a house engulfed in flames, her desperate cries echoing through the communities. The incident has left the Sam neighborhood in deep shock and mourning, while reigniting public concern over a growing number of fire outbreaks in Cameroon, often blamed on electrical malfunctions, poor infrastructure, and slow emergency response time. Our thoughts are with the family and community during this difficult time. And over to the littoral region, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, on Wednesday, November 12, 2025, presented the government's post-election crisis assessment during a high-level meeting in Douala littoral region. The visit formed part of a nationwide tour aimed at evaluating the security situation following the October 12, 2025 presidential election, addressing rising tensions in some parts of the country. Let's get details from our correspondent.
Any form of disorder.
This session brought together administrative, religious and traditional leaders, as well as representatives of political parties and civil society. In a city still reeling from the post-election tensions of October 20, as well as with heads of defense and security forces. Minister Atanganji outlined the measures taken by the government to maintain law and order after elections and presented a detailed report on incidents recorded in the region.
For we all know when it starts, but we can never tell when it shall end. Coming from the Northwest region, we have tested the bitterness of disorder. And it's important for us to tell the nation that no one should accept disorder. The population of the Far North region have tested the bitterness of Boko Haram insurgency. The population of the Southwest region have also tested the bitterness of disorder. So it's very, very important, and that is the most important message coming from President Paul, that the presidential election is over. We should look at the future. We should give President Paul a total and unflinching support. He knows this country better than any one of us.
According to figures released by the Ministry of Territorial Administration, 829 people were arrested during the post-election demonstrations, including 26 women and 36 minors. The minister commended the professionalism of the defense and security forces, noting that their swift intervention helped prevent further escalation of violence and protected lives and property. Atanganji also urged political actors and citizens to respect democratic institutions and channel grievances through legal means rather than resorting to violence or public disorder. The Douala gathering, which followed similar sessions in other regions, provided a platform for local leaders to share their concerns and propose solutions to promote lasting peace.
And onto human interest story. In a note signed on November 12, 2025, in Yaoundé, Cameroon's Transport Minister Jean-Ernest Masséna instructed a regional and departmental delegates to temporarily suspend all road safety and prevention operations effectively immediately until further notice. However, the minister specified that awareness campaigns and monitoring of regulatory compliance must continue in bus stations, travel agencies, and driving schools and educational institutions. However, awareness and regulatory compliance, including bus station that is educating passengers on road safety, travel agencies that is promoting safe travel practice, driving schools that is reinforcing safe driving habits, educational institution that is integrating road safety into curricula. The minister has emphasized strict adherence to these instructions, warning that any violations will face consequences. This move aims to reassess and strengthen Cameroon's road safety measures. And moving over to sport, all eyes will be on the El Barit Stadium in Rabat today, Wednesday, November 13th, as the indomitable Lions of Cameroon take on the Leopards of the Democratic Republic of Congo in a highly anticipated semi-final clash of the FIFA World Cup 2026 African playoffs. The Cameroonian squad, led by Captain Vincent Aboubakar, wrapped up with their final training session on Wednesday evening in Rabat. Sonka William has details in the following report.
The season, which lasted about 90 minutes, was marked by intense drills and tactical adjustments as the players fine-tuned their strategies for the decisive encounter. The atmosphere in the team camp remained upbeat. Laughter, camaraderie, and moments of relaxation at the Amphitrite Palace reflected the squad's strong morale ahead of this critical match. Head coach Mark Breeze and his technical staff were seen closely monitoring every move, ensuring the players remained focused and ready for what promises to be a tough contest against a resilient Congolese side. The Lions, known for their fighting spirit, will be banking on their experience and a team cohesion to overcome DR Congo, who equally have their sights set on a historic qualification for the 2016 FIFA World Cup. During a press briefing, young defender Jackson Chiachua expressed his determination and the optimism of the squad ahead of the match, emphasizing the team's focus and collective spirit. I think at a personal level we say that each and every one of us will put in their best so that we can emerge victorious. Their injuries affected us, but we are professionals and we understand that these are things which can happen during training, so we will deal with the situation. I believe our group is made up of quality players and there are players who will replace them. These words underscores Cameroon's intent to approach the semi-finals with both confidence and discipline. Kickoff is scheduled for today, Thursday, November 13, at 8 p.m. Yaoundé time at the El Barat Stadium in Rabat against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Football fans across the continent will be watching keenly to see whether Cameroon can roll their way into the playoffs final and keep their World Cup dream alive.
All eyes should be on our television set to support the Indomitable Lions at 8 p.m. And it's on this note, ladies and gentlemen, that we have come to the end of this edition of the Primetime Newscast on Abakwa Television. The news was produced by Akonwi Brandon, supervised by the station's director, King Wills, coordinated by the entire news desk of Abakwa Television. And for presentation, I am Gashi Sharon. Do stay in the company of more interesting programs coming up on Abakwa Television. Thanks for watching and good night.